At first glance, zebras seem like they should have become the horses of Africa. They belong to the same family as horses and donkeys. They have similar body shapes, eat the same kinds of grasses, and can even be ridden for short periods if they're trained. So why has humanity spent thousands of years breeding horses while zebras remain wild? It's not because nobody tried. Over the last few centuries, explorers, soldiers, and wealthy collectors all attempted to tame zebras. Some even pulled carriages through city streets or carried riders for short distances. Photographs from the late 19th and early 20th centuries show zebras harnessed to carts, proving that training them is possible. But training an individual animal is very different from domesticating an entire species. That difference explains why horses transformed human civilization while zebras never did. To understand why, we first need to understand what domestication actually means. People often use the words tame and domesticated as though they mean the same thing. They don't. A tiger raised by humans from birth may become comfortable around people. It may even allow its owner to pet it, but its cubs will still be wild animals. A horse, on the other hand, is born into a species that has been selectively bred by humans for thousands of years. Generation after generation, people chose the calmest, most cooperative animals to reproduce. Over time, those traits became common throughout the population. That is domestication. It doesn't change just one animal. It changes the species itself. Dogs, cattle, sheep, goats, and horses all went through this process. Their wild ancestors looked and behaved very differently from the animals we know today. Zebras never made that transition, and the reason isn't a lack of intelligence. In many ways, zebras are just as clever as horses. The problem is that they evolved in one of the most dangerous environments on Earth. The African savanna is home to lions, leopards, hyenas, cheetahs, African wild dogs, crocodiles, and some of the largest predators ever to exist. For millions of years, zebras survived by becoming extremely alert, incredibly fast, and fiercely defensive. Those traits kept them alive in the wild, but they also made them one of the most difficult large mammals for humans to manage. Unlike horses, which often choose flight before fighting, zebras frequently do both. If cornered, they bite with tremendous force and kick with enough power to break the jaw of a lion. Their kicks are not random. They are fast, accurate, and delivered with astonishing force. Wildlife researchers have documented lions suffering serious injuries after attacking healthy adult zebras. Some predators even abandon the hunt because the risk of injury is simply too high. Now imagine trying to saddle an animal that reacts that way whenever it feels threatened. This isn't a personality flaw, it's a survival strategy refined over millions of years. Another major difference lies in their social behavior. Wild horses usually live in stable family groups led by a dominant stallion. These groups have clear hierarchies, and younger animals naturally learn to follow experienced adults. That social structure made it easier for humans to become part of the herd and gradually guide their behavior. Zebras organize themselves differently. Their groups constantly change as herds merge, separate, and move across enormous distances in search of fresh grass and water. They are less willing to accept control from outsiders and far more suspicious of anything unfamiliar. For a prey animal living among Africa's predators, that suspicion is exactly what keeps it alive. Ironically, the very qualities that made zebras successful in the wild are the same qualities that prevented them from becoming one of humanity's domestic animals.